This morning we're working on a 2012 Ford Escape with a 3-liter. We've got a check engine light that we're going to diagnose, so let's get the scanner on it and get it going. Alright, got a code in the PCM and the power steering control module. Obviously we're looking at the PCM code. P04XX exhaust gas recirculation A flow. So I would imagine it's not seeing enough EGR flow. Let's go into the control unit, PCM. And start it up here. So look and see what data we have to look at. So these have an electronic EGR valve on them with a stepper motor, and EGR valve opens up and allows exhaust gases to flow back into the intake. Which inert gases, it's gases that have already been spent so they don't burn. It lowers the combustion chamber temperatures and reduces NOx. But what happens is, because it's introducing spent exhaust gases, it also, the passages tend to plug up with carbon. And that's typically what we see when we have a low flow EGR valve. So let's see what we can find here for PIDs. Okay, so there's the different stepper motors of the EGR valve. There's the percent open. Okay, so it tells you that it's been no faults on there. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. So let's go into active tests and see if there is an EGR valve opening test. Should be something here. EGR valve stepper motor position is exactly what we want. I want to look at EGR position. Stepper motor position. I think these are just faults. I don't think those are going to give me what I want to know. Okay, that's probably what I want to see there. Okay, start engine loud idle. It is. Yeah, those faults are not necessarily what I want. So I want to open the EGR valve. So I'm going to hit increase, increase, increase. So as I open this up, the engine should start misfiring real bad and eventually die when I get up to a certain point. Getting a little bit of a bobble in the idle, but at this point it should almost be dead. So it's only letting me go to 50%. And I feel a little bit of a bobble in the idle. Here, let me escape out of this. Let me see if I can't find a mass airflow reading. That'll tell us. That's something I can show you, that it's doing something, but it's certainly not enough. but for sake of this video, it would be easy. It would be nice if I could find a mass airflow PID to show that it's actually running rough. I don't see anything. You'll just have to take my word for it that it's got a little bit of a rough idle when the valve's open as far as it can go, which typically means the passages are plugged on this thing. Let's get under the hood. I'll show you what I'm talking about. The nice thing about that test we just did is it basically shows me that the EGR valve itself is functioning, because as I opened it, I got a little bit of a rough idle, but on a properly functioning EGR valve and passages, it will actually kill the engine at about 30 or 40%. This thing gave me a little bit of a bobble on a idle, and that's it. So let's get under the hood. I'll show you what I'm talking about, and we'll show you how we're going to fix it. Right, so right here is the EGR valve. It's all electronic. Plug in here. It's got a power ground and then 4 control wires for each stepper motor. We know that the EGR valve is working, so we're not even going to worry about electricity. So what the issue here is that, let me pull you in a little closer. So here's the EGR valve. Back in here, my light there. Back in there is a tube, and that goes into the intake. It's got a big O-ring on it, I think, and that tube plugs up with carbon because the EGR valve gets its flow off of the exhaust, that big nut down there. The tube comes up from the exhaust into the valve. The valve opens and allows that exhaust gases to flow into the intake. That's what lowers the combustion temperatures, which lowers NOx. So the fix for this is to remove the EGR valve. There's 2 bolts and then that line. You know, all you have to do is loosen that line and get it to swing out of the way. Take this bracket off, and this bracket contains the tube. So that's what we're going to do. I'll get you in as close as I can so I can show you how we do it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to crack the exhaust tube underneath here on the manifold. That came off a lot easier than I thought it would. Got a couple lines, or a couple bolts on the EGR valve. See, with that line loose down there, this thing will swing out of the way a little bit. Now we can take that bracket off. There's a gasket that goes in between there. Don't lose that gasket. So this is out of the way. Hold this out a bit. Okay. So just like that, the bracket all comes out together. So there's that O-ring I was telling you about right there. And if I should show you my light, that's the carbon buildup. So it's plug solid. I'm surprised. So that little tiny hole, right there, so there's a little tiny hole right there that all the passages were flowing, the gases were flowing through. So let's get this cleaned up. So it definitely looks better. That flows better. So you want to get as much of that residue out of there, because what that'll do, that gives the new carbon something to stick to. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this carbon here. I like to save this in a coffee cup for the customer so they can see what they're paying for. So I've shown you these brushes before. These are just Harbor Freight brushes. And this one might be a little big. But they work really good for this kind of job. And they're cheap, so if you ruin them, it's no big deal. Crap. Oh, that carbon. Yuck. So, I mean, that one's ruined, but, I mean, for the price I paid for it, I don't really know. Just throw it away, buy another one. Alright, that's pretty darn clean. We can stick that back in there and we'll be back to normal. Alright, so we're back in here on the same test that we did, exhaust gas recirculation. So we're going to go there. We don't need to see any data. We're going to see that we're doing it. So escape. Oops. Okay, so our position is 1. Now, as we increase this, that's 5%. It's 10%. Starting to idle bad. There's 20%, starting to idle real bad. There's 21, 25. It's not liking it. There's 30. It's bucking pretty good. You probably can't hear that, but it's you definitely feel it. There's 33. Oh, almost died. There's 37. It's loping pretty good here. If I left this go too long, it would probably die. There's 41, 45. Yeah, that's barely running in 50%. So it hasn't died. It's holding on. 51% as high as you can go, but it's barely running. So we definitely made an improvement on that. Now we can go in here and clear our codes. Let's escape out of there. We're going to go to control unit, trouble codes, retrieve memory. And we're just going to erase that. Alright, so we're going to go road test this thing and make sure the codes stay off. I would imagine they will, since we got some good flow out of that EGR valve now. We're going to return this back to the customer. Alright, so I just got back from a 20-minute road test with this escape. Monitored the EGR valve the whole time, and it opens and closes, does what I want it to do. But I look at my EGR monitor when I got back, and as you can see here, I'll show you here, the EGR monitor bank, it says bank 3, but it's the EGR monitor is okay. So it passed the EGR monitor, means the computer's happy with what it saw. This one's a fix. Thanks for watching.